Today's video, I just wanted to do a quick look through of this little first aid kit that I carry on a lot of hikes. It's just a small one. I have other ones too, but this one is just the tiny one I like to keep in my backpack whenever I go out, even just for a short little hike. Unfortunately, we have one of the busiest roads in the city right behind us, so please try to ignore the car sounds, and I will too. Okay guys, the first thing you see here is the case for it. It's bright red. Got the white cross on it. It says first aid kit, so I keep it right at the top of my bag. It shouldn't be hard to find, just because of the color. The case itself isn't waterproof, so that's something we'll have to keep in mind when we fill the items into it. So first thing we got in here, just a little fixed blade knife. It's always good to have a knife when you're out in the woods, even if you get your main one or your buddy needs one. It's always good to keep a little one around. You have some waterproof matches. Obviously, you know what those are used for. Keep a pair of tweezers in here for pulling splinters or, you know, any kind of little grasping tasks. You know, tweezer tasks, of course. There's a little pair of scissors in here that's useful for cutting bandages, cutting loose threads, cutting people's clothes open, whatever. There's a long bandage for wrapping. To go with that, we have some bandage tape. We have an elastic tourniquet. This is a little container filled with cotton balls and Vaseline. It's kind of like a dual use. You can use the Vaseline for first aid items, and it makes a great fire starter too. This is kind of you know, your bandages and owies, that kind of stuff. So it's in a Ziploc bag to keep it waterproof. There's a couple antiseptic pads. There's a large triangular bandage, so you can use that as a sling. Some gauze, so that can be packed down with the bandaging. This is like moleskin or second skin. It's for burns. And then just some band-aids. So that all goes inside that plastic bag. We also keep a Mylar space blanket in here. We have a large plastic bag, so other items can go into that. You could put water into there. It's just useful to have a plastic bag sometimes. Another bandage. And fire steel. And some safety pins. One other item I forgot to mention that goes in the Ziploc bag inside it, and it's aqua tabs. So if you have to treat some water, you can use the plastic bag to collect some water, and the tabs can be used to treat it. So once again, we'll just go through a couple of the survival items real quick again. Knife, fire steel, waterproof matches, space blanket, and Vaseline cotton balls. Plastic bag, I guess that's kind of a survival item. It's got multi-uses. And the water tabs. And then for first aid items, you have the bandages for burns, gauze, antiseptic wipes, and the triangular bandage all go inside this little Ziploc bag. We have the bandages, bandage tape for wound dressing, elastic tourniquet, and then just a few miscellaneous items, the tweezers, the scissors, and the safety pins. Here's all the contents all laid out. And the survival kit you saw in my campfire coffee by the creek video. So like I said, I just always keep it in my backpack. So if you'd like to see that video, some other items I took with me when I went down to the creek to have a cup of coffee, here's a link to it. So those items are no good unless you carry them with you, so I like just to throw that in my bag and leave it there. And it's a pretty versatile little kit. You know, obviously there's all the first aid items, and then you have all the survival items too. So you have stuff to make a fire with, you have stuff to treat water with, you have a container to hold on to water and keep things waterproof. You also have on the fire still, I don't know if you noticed, that there's a bunch of cordage in a long lanyard. That's probably, I don't know, 6 feet or so, so you can use that to make a small shelter with the Mylar space blanket. Okay guys, that's it for the small kit. Like I said, it's just for throwing in your hiking bag, treating minor owies and burns, and just a couple basic survival items. It's always good to carry on you when you're going into the woods, because you never know when you're going to come across someone else who is not as prepared as you and might need some of these items, might be in a tough spot. So you have all the first aid items for cuts and scrapes, burns, and you have a bandage in there for splinting if you had to, and then there's the survival items. So guys, thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw, please give me a thumbs up. And I got many more survival kits and first aid kits I'd like to show you, so if you'd like to see those too, please think about subscribing. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks.